Hey guys, Jason here with MuseGrid.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to install our brand new design kit. Now, you've been to our website already and most likely downloaded the design kit file, which in my case downloaded to my desktop. It's called designkit 1.0.0.zip. Now on a Mac, I'm just going to simply double click this file and it'll extract out a folder. Now you'll notice on my Mac it has a really cool little icon. Well, that's a nice just added touch that we included in this kit. But this particular folder, although it has an icon of the new MuseGrid logo, you'll see that the folder name is designkit 1.0.0. On a Windows machine, you'll most likely right click and extract the contents of that zip file. You won't see this logo, but what you will see is just a folder via the same name. Now that we have this folder available to us, we're just going to double click on it and open up the contents of the folder. You'll see that there are three things. One is the actual design kit file itself. It's a mulib file, and in this mulib file there are over 50 widgets that we're getting ready to install with just one click into Adobe Muse. We're not going to do that just yet, but that is the contents of our design kit there. You also notice that we've included a design kit starter file. Now this starter file is basically the same as going to File, New, and just creating a brand new Muse website from scratch using all the default settings. Except in our starter file, we've also included something really cool called our style guide, which we'll get to in just a moment. And then lastly, we've included a font. Now, in any good kit or in any good site, you're most likely going to have icons that you use that represent whether it be social media, whether it be arrows, whether it be hamburger menus, etc., etc. What we've chosen to do is to use an icon font to handle all of that throughout the kit so that it's fully configurable using the text panel throughout the entire website. And the font that we've chosen to use to handle this is called Elegant Icons. Elegant Icons is a free font to use. It's dual licensed under GPL 2.0 and MIT, so you can use it freely in any particular use case. Okay? Now, while it may seem like we should probably start with the other two files first, we're actually going to start with our font first, and here's why. If you were to open up the starter file or the mulib file and start using the kit without installing the fonts first, unfortunately, you would see what would appear to be kind of some broken areas of the site. And that's only because we're using an icon font to handle, say, arrows or hamburger menus or social media icons and so on. And those fonts just simply don't exist because you don't have them installed yet. So that's how we're going to start. What you're going to do is you're actually going to find the eleganticons.ttf file, and you're going to simply double click on it. You're going to, on a Mac, we're going to get a screen that looks exactly like this and an option to install the font. On a Windows machine, you'll get a prompt that looks similar to this, and you definitely need to just go ahead and install the font. Now, in my use case, whenever I go to install the font, it's going to tell me, hey, wait a minute, you have a font already installed on your machine called Elegant Icons. Obviously, I already have it installed on my machine. But when you do that, most likely, it's just going to go right on through and say, great, your font's installed and you're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this and get back to here. All right, now that this font is installed on our machine, what we need to do is go back here to our main file, and what we're going to do is we're actually just going to open up our design kit starter file. Okay, so we're going to open this up, and you are going to see one of our files. Okay, got it. So here is our starter kit. All right, so this is exactly what you would get when you start a brand new Muse project from scratch, except for this style guide piece. I'm not going to go into that just at the moment. What we're going to do first is two things. The first thing is we're going to go to File. We're going to finish installing the Elegant Icons font inside of our Muse software. So we're going to go to Add and Remove Web Fonts. We're going to open this up, and what we're going to do is just go ahead and click Get Started. And up here under self-hosted fonts, we're going to click Add Fonts. So we're going to click that, and we're going to locate the folder. We're going to click that. And then so on my desktop, I'm going to go back to my Design Kit 1.0 folder, click on Fonts, and I'm just going to select the directory, not the files, but the directory that the fonts exist in. And I'm going to click Choose. So you'll see that it says, hey, great, we found 3 web font files. this is what we found. By clicking this, you're basically saying, hey, you have license to do so, which you do. Click continue, and then boom, there you go. You'll see that we have green arrows all across the board. I have some other fonts in here, but there's my elegant icons installed properly. So now I'm just going to simply click OK. And now at this time, elegant icons is not only installed on my machine, but it's also installed inside of Adobe Muse. Okay. The next thing that we're going to go do is we're going to go back to our folder here, and we're now going to install our design kit. So we'll come up here on our design kit mulib file, and all we're going to do is just simply double click it. By double clicking it, you'll see that it'll open Muse and it'll say, hey, we just, actually it went so quickly, we just imported 51 library items. You can now view them in design mode in the library panel. So we're going to click OK here, and we're now going to go into our master page on our design kit starter file. Okay, now before we do that, I am going to show you that while we are working off of our starter kit file, you can very well just come here and go to File, New Site, and just simply click OK. Notice that this is exactly what we have over here on the design kit starter file. The difference is that we do have this thing called a style guide here, which is a helpful tool. So you can definitely start from the starter kit or starter kit starter file, or you can just start from a brand new website if in fact you don't want to use the style guide. Or of course you could also just delete the style guide out of here and do it that way as well. But I do want to show you that you can do it both ways. Now I'm going to close this site out, and we are going to work from our starter file. So we're going to go to our master page, and what you'll see over here on the right hand side is you now have a file called designkit-2017. By the time that you get this, it will probably be renamed a bit, but it'll definitely say Design Kit, most likely 1.0.0. Okay, so now in the folder, you'll see that we have this massive library of really amazing content sections, or patterns as we call them, here that are available to you. But there's two very important things here at the top: a breakpoint maker, navigation. Now in the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build out an initial shell website for you so that you can see how you can get started really amazingly fast using this design kit to not only mock up your projects really fast, but also just get to the thing that you want to get to begin with, which is to design. So we'll take care of all the breakpoints and putting all of the major content blocks on page, and you can get right to design.